Hey folks, brand new edition of House Hack DSCR Alert. This one's going down to Niota, Tennessee. That's down between Athens and Sweetwater. We got a triplex down here that does DSCR. It's close to house. You know, on triplexes, we've got to pass that self-sufficiency test. But let's look at the numbers for a second. Let's get into it. This property has been touched up recently. It's actually purchased by a real estate investor. As we're looking down through it, exterior looks really clean, got a little bit of acreage. Got some new vinyl plank down here. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Everything here checks out. This property is a efficiency on one side and then one bed, one baths on the other. Possibly one is a 2-1. Didn't ask all the questions there of the realtor, but that's the important one. What's our revenue? On the efficiency, we've got 600. On the other two units, we have 780 and 795. Okay. So how does all of this break down? Well, for DSCR, that's 2175 gross revenue. Now, your principal and interest on DSCR is going to run 1150 to 1200 on conventional, 1300 to 1400 DSCR. DSCR is a wider range. Our taxes, we know that rock solid, 9733 a month. Our homeowners are 125. Now, I am always very transparent with folks. I always include expense for reserve, which is 15% of revenues. In this instance, that's 326. That does not go into your DSCR calculation. So you could throw that out with qualifying. But the good news is, even with expense factoring, we do cash for it. Okay. And it's by a decent amount. You will qualify on this property for the 1.25 DSCR improved rates. I say improved rates. DSCR are always a little bit nasty, but is what it is. House hacking, one of those properties that is eligible for this almost, right? We'll get into that. So 2175 is the same, right? And then our 25% expense factor, you get a 25% haircut on all incoming rents when we're doing self-sufficiency. Okay. Now, even though you're living in one of the units, the self-sufficiency test cares about what does the property look like when you move out. So it does count the property that you live in. On this one, I believe the month-to-month unit is the efficiency, the one at 600. So you are able to move in this on the time frame. The other thing is the leases that are coming up are at the end of July. So we will be able to meet occupancy time frames on this if we were to go ahead and get this started. Now on FHA, your P&I is going to be, this is at par rate without much buy down. We're going to be about 1342, your 3.5% base. Okay. Our tax are 9733. Homeowners, again, I'm going to estimate at 125. Mortgage insurance newly reduced to 99. Failed self-sufficiency. It's so close. It's like 66, 67 a month. So what we're going to need to do is remember either number one, you can put 1.5% more down. That'll get you to the slightly lower MI for FHA. And also, obviously, you got a little bit less loan. The other thing you can do is just a touch of buy down. FHA loans are really attractive as we move down the rate sheet for buy down. I mean, my word, looking at this, if just an investment of about, let's say about $3,500 in upfront expense on the property will drop the monthly payment on this $120 a month. That's right under a 3-year recoupment. Actually, that's a pretty positive number for any sort of buy down, and it would help us pass self-sufficiency. So in many ways, this one's a slam dunk. Great start for beginning investors. I actually like this one for house hacking a little bit better than the permanent one, because I think you can just get a little bit more support. It lets you become a homeowner without killing yourself on a monthly payment. This also lets us income qualify a little bit more modest, right? I mean, I know a lot of folks these days are pretty torch on that. I did talk with Miss LaShawna on this. I give her a holler, 423-920-0300. Here's a brokerage, Southern Homes. Sure, she'd be glad to help you out. This property has been on the market a minute, probably because the ratios are a little tighter than some of the DSCR loans I've been talking about. So, it did just have a price cut. About a week and change ago, might be some room to talk there.